Police and D.C. Metro Police and law enforcement demonstrated extraordinary bravery and heroism and courage. At the same time, what happened on January 6th must never be allowed to happen again. A riot that succeeds in breaching the Capitol, that endangers the lives of lawmakers and law enforcement, is an unacceptable security situation, and you've done a serious job examining what caused, what law enforcement failures precipitated what occurred that day. When you previously testified to this committee, you stated the primary problems were on the front end, a lack of adequate intelligence gathering, and on the day of execution, a lack of operational planning in place to handle an incident like the January 6th attack. And I'd like to follow up on what specific steps Capitol Police have taken since then to ensure that never happens again. What specific steps has the Capitol Police taken since June of 2021 to improve its intelligence gathering?
Thank you, sir. One of the things they have done is they went out and hired, actually was a retired Secret Service agent who had extensive training and expertise in large event planning, operational planning. So they went out and hired from the outside, and you could certainly see the difference in September 18th, the latest large demonstration that we had here on the Hill. By bringing that expertise in there and coordinating the gathering to have an operational plan has greatly enhanced the department's ability to respond and react to potentially large demonstrations. The department has increased the number of intelligence analysts. They still have a ways to go, I would say, but they have increased the intelligence analysts. And in fact, like I had testified earlier, that they have additional either 4 or 5 analysts in training as we speak. So they have made some improvements in providing the intelligence briefings to the rank and file officers, to the other, beyond the executive team, as I would call them, but your inspectors and your captains, your line folks that are actually going to have to react to a situation. So those folks are getting the briefings now. They're getting the intelligence materials and assessments in a timely manner so that it's real time. With the department also issuing department or government cell phones, they can get the alerts in real time in case there's a problem with the radio. So now they at least have a backup to get that information, not solely relied on a radio that could potentially get overwhelmed immediately, but you still have that ability with the cell phones.
So what additional steps do Capitol Police need to take to improve their intelligence gathering capabilities?
I think they still need to, one, first order of business is they need to hire a full-time director. Right now they're in the capacity of an acting director. So they need to fill that position, fill it quickly, and then look to have that individual who has that expertise to look across his folks that he or she has, and one is to elevate it to a bureau level. I still believe that they need to elevate it from a division to a bureau level, a standalone, full, robust intelligence bureau, hire additional analysts, and look and keep up with the ways intelligence gathering is done, and also to be able to disseminate the information that you receive from the field quickly and timely to the officers.
Now, the other major source of the problems on January 6th that you identified was a failure to implement effective operational plans during the attack. What specific steps have the Capitol Police taken to develop and design workable operational plans to deal with a situation like that in the future?
One of the things we noted when they came up with that operational plan initially for January 6th, it was so stovepipe, as the term, that there were different elements within the Capitol Police who would either do their own plan or didn't have one. So you didn't have a department-wide plan. Now what they have done is they have incorporated, whether it be CERT, K-9, hazardous incident response teams, DPD, under one umbrella. So you have an overall, so everybody else knows what everybody else is doing, what their plan of action is going to be, whether it be the bike units, or just the patrol division units. So everybody at least understands what the other units, what other assets they may have to call upon under one operational plan. So it's department-wide as opposed to the way it was in January 6th, was just basically CDU, and that was it.
So what more do Capitol Police need to do to improve their operational capability in the event of a riot or other violent attack?
I think they need, one, is continue with their training. Don't make the training that they've conducted with their CDU units, but also they need to train together. In other words, whether it be CERT and DPD, they need to be training, doing training exercise together in case of emergency so that it becomes a little bit easier. Or even K-9. How's K-9 going to make, in a way, set up scenarios where K-9 is going to have to assist the Dignitary Protective Division. All right. Come up with scenarios, train together. So these units are actually need to start training together as opposed to separate.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Cruz. I know something